Hey everyone, Marsh from Consequence here. We're gonna go over Larodar, and I did not make this. This is someone else in the guild who does a lot of work with the strategy as well. Um, and I asked him to do this because he knows the boss better than me. Um, but this is just like kind of a general vision of how the boss works because it has a million abilities and it's really overwhelming. But if you can hit the core like mechanics, then the fight becomes extremely easy. So we're going to look at a VOD, and we're going to look at this real quickly. So you'll have the tank mechanic. Um, that is going to charge at an opponent, or sorry, charge at the tank, and it does drop off AoE. Um, it also leaves fire puddles, so you don't want to shoot it through the middle of the room. Then the boss will do these like circle things on the ground, um, and an orb will spawn at the end of each. Once the orb is soaked, you get a damage buff. On Mythic, you probably want to give it to certain people, but on Heroic, just make sure it doesn't hit the boss. If it hits the boss does a lot of damage, and I'll point that out during the video. And then there's going to be like a combination of mechanics that all work together, but they're all like different, completely different standalone mechanics, but like one leads to another. So you'll have ads. They spawn. You kill them. They're interruptible on their cast. You should interrupt that. It's very easy. And when they die, they become healable. So once they're healed to full, they'll run in the middle and channel. And when they'll keep channeling into the seed, and the longer they're alive, the more energy they give the seed. So you need to constantly be healing them. So I'm just gonna hop into the video now and kind of show that, so I don't just talk through a Google sheet and then um, not show a video. So first thing here, oh I skipped too far. First thing, you get ads. So they spawn near players. They spawn like this. Very easily killable. It's still mostly a single target fight. Passive cleave will take him out. One thing to note is that there's fire that spawns onto the boss like this, so you have to be a little careful. So the ads are out now. You kill them, they spawn, and they need to be healed. And see how they're channeling into this seed. Also notice how the boss is... Okay, one thing at a time. These are channeling into the seed. It's giving them energy. Alright? That is going to come into play next. This mechanic are the swirls. So if you see here, at the end, you'll see these fireballs spawned. Collecting this gives you a big damage buff. So you can kind of know where they're going to be if you want to like be that one guy who does research and then knows where they are and then take all the damage and look good. But, you know, you'll know where they are. You can get the damage buff. I don't think they stack. Um, and then on top of that, we'll see here in a second. Maybe I went too far. There's just going to be like fire like this that goes like around slash under the boss. We don't really know how it works like super well. See, like he charged and dropped fire, but he also like dropped a fire pool here. So like the general idea is never have the boss in this inner circle. You've got to work with this inner circle in the last phase, and try to do bait everything on this outer ring, which is what we're doing here. So charge the outer ring. The boss had stuff around him go outer ring, and now they're charging into the seed. So we go back to document. We're at the seed part here. So we did ads. We did the core boss mechanics. So once there's enough energy in there, well, I think any energy, you can click the seed and it will give you a fire hose, and you can spray the fire away. You also need to spray a root, which you'll see here. Um, and spraying water consistently will drain the energy. Water removes puddles. Water stops coming once the seed is gone, and then water needs to hit the roots, which we'll talk about in a second. And then clicking on the seed prevents you from getting a debuff for 4 minutes, so you need to have a rotation of players doing it. I think he actually does it in the video. So we'll go back. So you see these ads need to be consistently healed up, and you'll see he has the fire hose. So in Heroic, it's way more forgiving, but you see there's green outline. You cannot leave this outline. If not, you will break the chain. But you can see he's using the fire hose and clearing everything in the middle. And then during all that, it probably wasn't noticed, there was a bramble mechanic. So you see the brambles here. They're going to come out. They're going to come out bottom left, I think. Is that it? Yeah, so you see that little green swirl? So the brambles here, and this player has eyes on them, knowing that it's on them. It's not a debuff you can track. So you kite the brambles. And very important, once you hit the brambles with the fire hose, you'll see it here. Brambles comes in. This player hits it right here. So he grabs the fire hose and he hits the brambles. Very important. They become attackable. 8 million health about in this group size. Once you kill the brambles, and they're still using the fire hose to clear out. Once you kill the brambles, it becomes a healing bramble, and you heal it up for a safe zone. Again, like you can see this. Look at the orbs. Very scripted. So now you got to heal this bramble up. And this will give you a safe zone for when he hits 100 energy. So he's going to hit 100 energy here, so another damage mechanic. And he's going to hit 100 energy. Everyone needs to step in the safe zone that you created with the chain of events that you did. And once you're in the safe zone, you won't get one shot by this. It still does an absolute ton of damage. On Mythic, Heroic didn't seem too bad. But again, this is all these mechanics. So ads lead to seed, lead to roots. Again, water needs to hit the roots for them, allow them to be attackable as well. I did not mention that. Let's just read through the roots so I don't forget anything. So it targets and chases a random player. Has the eyes, which we saw. When it reaches the player, it will root them and change target. I think you can like freedom those players out. Once the water spray hits the roots, you're able to attack them. So I didn't point it out in the video, but again, you need to take the water and spray them. Kill the root, heal the root, and this is just old stuff. Don't worry about that. And then you go into the safe zone for 100 energy. So that is the first phase. So now, second phase is going to happen here. They've changed the way this boss pushes. Let me see if I can just find it real quick. Because it used to be 40%, and then we thought it was like every 3 cycles, then it'll just push no matter what. But let me see if it was changed again. Or I'm not going to spend an over amount of time looking for it. Yeah, I'm not going to go, like, I don't see it, like, reaching out to me here immediately. But it could be every 3 cycles of the Raging Inferno. It could be 35%. It was 40% at one point. So we'll know that on live. But here it was 35%, and he did the intermission. This is just doing a ton of damage. In Mythic we got here, and it like basically killed the whole raid. It's still doing a lot of damage in Heroic. But in this last phase, there isn't much really to do. You kill ads, you can CC them as well. There's a tank mechanic that's a frontal, and it gives the tank like a healing immune where they have to get into the circle. And then players just have to soak red circles extremely easy. So look, we went over there, then came back, and that mechanic was still casting. But anyway, red circles, easy soak. Seen this mechanic in WoW a million times. And then you're gonna get these ads spawning. So in this testing, we were like playing around with CCing the ads. So you can see he trapped it. But you'll probably be in a situation where you need to be like CCing like the last set of ads and killing all the other sets or something like that. You get these red circles, you got to run out of the raid. these bombs, as well as like this circle here is the tank circle. So he has a healing 99 immune, and we're all just leeching our own HP to give him HP. So everyone just gets in this. We're cleaving ads. The LA Shamans are going crazy in this phase with their cleave, and this just repeats. Um, so like this is not like necessarily how you should do it per se. I'd probably just kill like the first set, maybe the first two sets, and then try to CC a bunch on the third and just kill the boss. So you can see here we're like playing around CCing the set again, but we're just gonna kill them because the boss is kind of a joke on Haruk. And that's it. There's also these fire circle tornadoes, but that's just like your classic WoW don't get hit by tornado mechanic. Um, Other than that, that's this boss. Not gonna provide this document, but if you want to screenshot it or something, be my guest. Um, that's all I got. A few more bosses to go. I'm out. Peace.